Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's watch another great argument that Dan Gibson provided to prove that Islam started in Petra. There is no rainwater course in today's Mecca. Let's go and watch.
Now in Islam, one of the duties of the pilgrims is to go 7 times between 2 mountains called Marwa and Safa. What is interesting is that Bukhari tells us that Muhammad chose to do this, running in the rainwater course between the 2 mountains. But there are problems. Safa and Marwa are just small rocks. Today they're housed right inside of the mosque building. As you can see on this drawing, there was no rainwater course between these 2 rocks. But here in Petra, the description fits exactly from one mountain to the other.
As we always do, we are going to look at the hadith that Dan Gibson used.
Bukhari tells us that Muhammad chose to do this, running in the rainwater course between the 2 mountains.
This is the hadith from Bukhari that he was talking about. And here it says that while the Prophet ﷺ was doing tawaf between Safa and Marwa, he used to run in the midst of the rainwater passage. The word used in Arabic to describe the rainwater passage is masil. Remember this word, al-masil. Now, of course, Dan realizes that it is impossible to find the rainwater passage in Mecca today. I mean, look at the picture of the Masjid al-Haram. Huge expansion and construction took place in that area. So in this case, what should any honest researcher do? He should go to historical records to find evidences from historical documents which described the area between Safa and Marwa before all of this reconstruction took place. And to be fair to Dan Gibson, he did that. He went into the past looking for evidences. Let's see the type of evidence that he provided.
As you can see on this drawing, there was no rainwater course between these 2 rocks.
A drawing, a freaking drawing of Mecca. This is the kind of evidence you rely on? What about Islamic sources for the past 14th century? Did you not find anything at all? Thousands of books have been written about Hajj in the past 14 centuries. You couldn't find anyone which described the area between Safa and Marwa before the reconstruction of the area? I mean, unlike Gibson, I don't claim to be an expert, and I don't claim to have dedicated all my life researching this topic, but yet I managed to find several sources describing the area between Safa and Marwa before the first Saudi expansion in 1955. And honestly, it didn't take me a long time to find them. It was a matter of half an hour search on Google, which means that Dan Gibson is either very ignorant or very dishonest. Anyways, let's get into the sources. The first one was by Yaqut al-Hamawi, who was born in the year 1179. In his book Mu'jam al-Buldan, volume 3, page 411, he said that As-Safa wal Marwa are 2 mountains between Batha, Mecca. The word used is Batha. Let's check the meaning of Batha in Arabic dictionaries. It means the land which the water passes through. And here is a hadith which uses the word Batha in the area between the Safa and Marwa, and it is, as you can see, translated as the rain stream. So the word Batha is translated as the rain stream. And Yaqut al-Hamawi in his book says that As-Safa and Al-Marwa are 2 mountains between Batha, Mecca, and the Holy Mosque. Let's go to the second source. The second account is by Ibn Jubayr. Ibn Jubayr was a very famous Arab geographer. He was born in the year 1145, and in his book Tadhkira للأخبار عن اتفاقات الأسفار, page 81. He said that between the Safa and Marwa there is a masil. Remember this word, masil? It's the same word which is used in the account that Dan Gibson used to describe the rainwater passage, masil. It says that the Prophet ﷺ used to run in the midst of the rainwater passage. And Ibn Jubayr described the area between the Safa and Marwa as masil, which means rainwater passage. Let's now go to the third source, the very famous Ibn Battuta, who was born in the year 1304. In his book تحفة النظار في غرائب الأمصار, he described the area between the Safa and Marwa as masil, which is again the same word which is used in the Bukhari Hadith that Dan Gibson used in his documentary, which means rainwater passage. So both Ibn Jubayr and Ibn Battuta, when they traveled to Mecca to do Umrah, they described the area between Safa and Marwa as rainwater passage. And we are supposed to ignore all of these evidences by eyewitnesses and accept a freaking drawing.
As you can see on this drawing, there was no rainwater course between these two rocks.
Not even a real picture, a drawing. Anyways, that's all for today. See you soon with another video debunking Dan Gibson's Petra nonsense. Thank you so much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.